No, I think we said all week that we weren't going to look for excuses off the court. Everybody's been through some stuff this last month. Everyone's had a big layoff. COVID didn't get any offensive rebounds for them or miss any blockouts for us. So I think that that one's on us, and we're going to have to live with the consequences and then try and learn from it.
Was it as simple as them making their shots in the first half and you not making yours, or did you see a bit more to it?
I didn't think we came out with the effort that we needed to start the game. We didn't have multiple efforts defensively. We let them shoot uncontested shots when we just could have at least made an effort to contest. And I think that helped get them going and build their confidence, and then everything becomes harder when that's how you start the game. I thought our defense was much better the last three quarters, with the possible exception of our rebounding. But yeah, I think the first quarter was bad for us and helped them get going, and this was a double-edged sword.
The third quarter, you held them to only 2 field goals for the entire quarter. Was that a lot closer to what you were hoping to see defensively?
Yeah, I mean, I take that any quarter. I think we're showing that we're capable of being a great defensive team, but we're putting a lot of our effort to waste by not finishing the possession with rebounds. When we do that, we're pretty good, and that gets us out in transition. But when we don't, it's hard to come back from a deficit when you give them multiple opportunities on a possession.
Scott, that's 2 games in a row now where you haven't started well and you've been down by significant margins. You got back obviously New Year's Eve, you haven't got back this one. What do you put the starts down to now? You've got the 2 of them there.
I don't know. I mean, I think to be honest, it's been a problem since the Blitz. We talked about it in the Blitz a couple times, and it's kind of reared its head a couple times since then. So we're gonna have to do something about it, because the teams that we play in this league are too good to not give your best for 40 minutes. Maybe it's on me for how I'm preparing the team. Maybe it's a lineup changes in order. Maybe the guys just got to smarten up a little bit and be more ready to play with intensity. Maybe it's a combination of all things. We're gonna have to watch the film and try and fix it for the next game, because just like Adelaide, these teams that we're going to play the next couple weeks, you can't afford a bad half quarter or even a bad few possessions in a row. You're going to dig yourself a hole.
Kev, when you look back at the last 2, can you sense anything now when you look back at it and you go, from an on-court perspective, why you haven't been able to get into the game?
Not really. I feel like the coaches have done a great job preparing us. Practices have been really good, and obviously, like Scott said, everyone's been going through what we've been going through as well. So we can't really use excuses. We said we weren't going to. Yeah, it feels all right out in the court. I just think we get into patches where our bad's really bad, and when that happens, you can't compete in this league, and our good is really, really good, like you saw in that third quarter. We just need more of it.
So, Scott, obviously you haven't got a long time between games now. Do you go straight home from here, back as in home to Adelaide, to Hobart, or do you go straight to Illawarra? How do you handle this in terms of being able to freshen it up and have fewer flights, or be comfortable with your living arrangement?
We're going back to Hobart, whatever you want to call Hobart. It's a nice place to visit. We're not going to complain about our accommodations. It is what it is. The Scorchers are doing great with their situation. We have to do the same thing. And again, like, it wasn't the worst game for us tonight. We just got the worst possible start, and too big of a hole to dig back from. So I'm sure all the guys will be happy with a quick turnaround. Not as much time to prepare, but this loss will be fresh in our heads when we get to Illawarra.
And can you just give us a comment on Vic Law's performance tonight individually?
Yeah, I think he was, kind of the same as the rest of the team. He had a slow start, couple bad decisions on the court in the first little bit, but then he came on strong and really carried us for stretches as well. So just like the rest of the squad, we need him to play 40 to be at our best. Definitely got to give him credit for his rebounding tonight. That was a big reason why we were able to make a run in the second half. But at the end of the day, we're going to be our best when we're playing as a team, when everyone's locked in, and not just for small stretches of the game.
Scott, Travers, Zunic and Clark weren't available for today's game, but also assistant coach Luke Brennan also missed the game. How difficult has it been this last week to prepare for Adelaide?
I don't mean this in any kind of way. It hasn't been difficult. We prepared for them 3 times. We're supposed to play them 3 times. 3rd time's a charm. Finally got here. Would have been nice to have a full squad, but like we've been saying, that's the same for everybody, and you just got to roll with the punches and play the hand that you're dealt, and hit spinners. And I'm running out of analogies, but that's what you got to do. There's really no excuse. Everyone had the same playing field, and yeah, it would have been nice to have Luke and both Lukes and Kyle and Mitch here, but we didn't, and it wasn't because of that we played poorly in the start of the game.
During the first half, it looked like you were unhappy with the physicality that Adelaide were using. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, I got to be better with that. There's 2 types of people in competition when things get rough. Those that are being rough and being physical, and those that are complaining about it. And I was in the latter. And that's not the example I want to set for my team. So I got to be smarter with that. There was no missed call or anything like that cost us a 28-point deficit. And instead of focusing my energy on that, I should have been worried about what I can do to help the team get back in the game.
And just a quick one on Todd Blanchfield. When did you actually know that he was going to play today?
This morning, and we knew it was going to be a minutes restriction. I think I actually pushed him a couple minutes extra, but even though we didn't get the win, I think it'll be important for him to get that game under his belt for Saturday.